Bit of a false start there. Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation podcast live. Thank you for anyone joining us in the live chat tonight. Obviously, we are looking ahead to the weekend. And I am joined by not just me tonight, so you haven't got to just put up with me tonight. It's also joined by my official co-host. So you don't have to see my tired old face. You do get to see Victoria tonight, and also by our friend Kashmir Lewis, who is a Dundee United fan. So first of all, Kashmir, welcome on board. How are you doing this evening?
Aye, not too bad. How's yourself?
I'm good, mate. Thank you very much. And Victoria, how are you doing? How's your week been?
I'm good. My week has been really, really good so far. I've been busy with work a lot, which is great. I've got a little bit of a sore throat right now because I think I'm coming down with a cold, but everything is going to be great. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Looking forward to some real football.
Aye, definitely.
Yeah, I bet.
We've got a few people in the live chat, so a bit of controversy already. So we're joined by Archie McPherson in the live chat. I'm not going to bring that next comment up by Kieran having a go at you, Kashmir. There, Alfie saying about your ginger hair is unacceptable, apparently. Insulting of the Rangers fan, and someone asking why you're putting a Glaswegian accent on, Kashmir.
Oh no, I'm not.
And obviously a gallant pioneer, someone again saying Dundee United fan, get them off. Obviously caused a great deal of division, but my aim obviously tonight was to get, what I'd like to do, guys, is obviously get fans with other teams on, talk about other teams, sort of get an insight into what's going on at other clubs. And obviously across the SPL we understand there is that rivalry between the teams. There is one team, of course, I could never ever speak to at all, who wear a certain green colour, but we'll get onto that a different day. So obviously today we're looking ahead to the resumption of proper football as Rangers take on Dundee United at Ibrox. So tonight, we're looking ahead to this game at the weekend. I can't wait. So first of all, Victoria, how are you feeling about the return of real football?
Well, I can't wait for it. I think it's great. I'm sure the guys enjoyed a little bit of a break, but I know for myself, I always look forward to watching the games. I have the calendar in my phone. I don't really work on game days. I make sure that I'm there. So yeah, I can't wait for it to come back and basically just see how the team has developed themselves even more, because I believe that with each game, with each break, they keep moving up and up and up. So yeah, it'll be nice to see if they've leveled up themselves, and like I always say, are going to start off from the beginning instead of going slow and then getting into it.
Kashmir, how are you feeling about the return of real football?
Aye, brilliant. I mean, I don't know what to say about United, obviously, but it's Rangers this week. Hopefully we get something from the game.
Absolutely. And obviously, I know that, I mean, it would be remiss of me to not reflect on the fact that obviously Scotland had a cracking result in midweek, 2-0 win over Spain. Kashmir, did you watch that game? Did you catch the game?
Yeah, it was a brilliant result for Scotland, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic result for Scotland, absolutely. And like I said, those of you, all the Scots out there, even though I am English, I do like to see, obviously being a Rangers fan, I do like to see Scotland do well as well. So there we go. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do tonight is we're obviously going to talk about Dundee United, the game at the weekend. We're going to get Kashmir's insight into Dundee United. So I'm going to hand over to Victoria now.
Perfect. So my question for you is, what do you think about Dundee United's season so far?
It's not been great. We've had a few embarrassing results this year. 9-0 against Celtic. A result through in Amsterdam, 7-0 defeat. A win in Europe. We've had a few thrashings, but I mean, it's not been great, hasn't it? I mean, bottom of the league. Hopefully we can turn it around sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously you've changed manager, obviously from Liam Fox to Jim Goodwin. What sort of effect? I know it's Goodwin hasn't been there very long, but what sort of effect has he already started to have on the team?
Well, I mean, we've had, I wouldn't say decent results, but we've gained a few more points than we've had in the past few weeks. Last week was St Mirren. A few weeks ago was St Mirren. I'd say we almost got robbed of 3 points, really, because I don't know if you've seen it, but St Mirren basically had Tom Daly up front. They had a striker that just dived in the box. They got a penalty for it, and it's not great. We got robbed of a point. 1-1. I'll take it though. 2 points from near the bottom half, but you never know. It could impact us in a few games' time, but we really need to start winning if we want to get off the bottom half of the league, on the bottom bit of the table.
Absolutely. And obviously, Rangers and Dundee have played twice this season already. Obviously, 2-1 win at Ibrox at the start of the year. In September with Cholak getting the 2 goals and Liam Smith scoring for yourselves. And obviously then at Tannadice, Rangers winning 2-0 with goals from Sakala and Tillman. Did you manage to catch either of those games, for Kashmir?
Yeah, I was at both.
And what was your impression of those 2 games that we played against you so far?
Well, I mean, the game at Ibrox, we got a goal, didn't we? It was 2-1, but yeah, both defeats. It's blatantly expected, but hopefully third time lucky we'll get something from Rangers at Ibrox.
Maybe, yeah. So how has you, thinking about the away form this season and obviously just recently as well, how has your away form been sort of this last part of the season?
It's not been great. I mean, we won 1 game. It was at St Johnstone. It was a winner. Tony Watt scored. He's away now. But apart from that, we've had a few points, but it's not been great on the road. And I'd say it's not been good at Tannadice, but we've had a few really good results. I'd say 4-0 against Aberdeen and a 4-0 against Kelly and a 3-0 against County. We've had some really good results at home, but I mean, there's not too many away games left, so I don't know what to expect really, but as long as we can get points on the board and keep us up the league, that's what really matters for us just now.
Okay, Victoria?
Very good. So basically, obviously I'm a Rangers fan, wearing a Rangers shirt, been a Rangers fan since 91, of course, Owen is as well. And coming from yourself, as a Dundee fan, how do you view Rangers fans and how do you view Celtic fans? Keep it nice and clean for us.
Well, I don't want to say I've got the best liking for both of them, but I mean, just as what it is really. There'd been a few problems at Tannadice, I'd say, with the Rangers and the Celtic fans coming through. There'd been, even last season, there was a couple of Celtic fans in our end, in the home end. Well, it was the game that they won the league, but yeah, some of them are trouble, some of them aren't, but it's just, I'd say it wasn't really a minority that are bad, but I don't know. It depends. But at Ibrox, I'd say the facilities are all right at Ibrox, but sometimes the away fans are being treated aren't very good, I'd say. But yeah, see what it's all about on Saturday, really. I mean, from the last time, it was obviously a bit of a controversy through, like, the Queen. Obviously, the Queen passed a few weeks ago before it happened, and yeah, some United fans decided to take the mick and obviously just speak badly about the Queen and interrupt the minute's silence and that's what really caused the havoc. But apart from that, I don't know if we can see as much trouble this weekend, but you never know.
No, you're probably right. Here's a little side question for you. Let's say life versus death. You had to pick between 2 teams, Rangers and Celtic. You have to support one or the other. Which team are you supporting?
I'd die. Nobody's funny, I would die.
He's like, that's it, done.
Yeah, I can understand that, because I know, like, in England, I follow Sunderland in England, and Sunderland hate Newcastle and Middlesbrough. And if someone said to me, you've got a choice between Sunderland and Middlesbrough or death, I'd choose death as well. So I understand completely where Kashmir's coming from on that one.
Yeah, it's just the rivalry. It's the loyalty. Loyalty is where it stands, and that's great. I feel the same way.
You'll never meet another loyal United fan through Amsterdam. Watch the 7-0. Watch the 9-0. Well, I left it 3-0 at 9-0, and by the time I got to my house, we were 9-0 down.
Oh my gosh, that must have hurt.
It was awful. It was one of the worst games I've ever watched as a United fan.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I suppose, like, you know, especially moving on from, like, in the past. I mean, I was talking to Kashmir off air, and I was talking about the fact that I remember Dundee United getting to a UEFA Cup final against Gothenburg, but I remember them beating Barcelona along the way. I was a very, very young child back then, I think about 87, 88 back then. So, it's certainly a bit of a come down from your past, isn't it? Your past history as a club.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's obviously it's well before my time, but the team that they had in like the 80s and the 70s and that was brilliant. I'd say it was probably one of the better teams in Scotland at that time, but yet again, I don't know if we'll replicate that, to be honest. We're not in a good position as it is just now, but hopefully we can bounce back and make a little bit of a, well, I wouldn't expect us to get to that level in a long time, but hopefully we can get there. Become one of the better teams in Scotland.
In time, hopefully. Hopefully. I mean, let's face it, a more competitive SPL would be good all round, because obviously it hasn't been this year, and we will get to that later on in the podcast, so please hang on for that. So just a question for you about Dundee United this season. What have been your fundamental problems this season? What has been the major issues holding you back this season?
I'd say it was the management and obviously the board in that. We had a sporting director in for a while, Tony Ashgar, and I mean, he signed a load of players in the summer. Half of them were really good, half of them were really bad, but they gambled it with the money on Europe, really, because we finished fourth last year, getting the Conference League playoff. We got that, we've done well, but signed a load of players, signed a few guys from Australia. We don't really have a goalkeeper that's too good. The transfers in and out have been absolutely woeful, and 3 managers in one season, 4 managers in the space of not even a year. It's not great, is it? I mean, it's not something you want to see if you want to support your club. Go through just 4 managers in a year. It's woeful. Even that, we'll employ someone who's got hardly any experience. They got a 0-0 result at Motherwell and they got a defeat at Ibrox. You got given the job. A few months down the line, gets sacked. And Jack Ross as well. I don't know what to say about him. He's not really done anything apart from get the result at the home leg against Alkmaar where we beat them 1-0. But Jim Goodwin just now hopefully does a good enough job.
Absolutely. I mean, just a side question here. I mean, how do you think he'll set them up on Saturday? Do you think he'll set them up to sit back and put the low block on and defend, or do you think he'll actually go out and have a go at Rangers? How do you think he'll play?
Well, the statistics says if we go 1-0 down in the game, we don't come back. Like we've proven that all season. We've not really gained many points from a 1-0 down point of view, but I reckon we'll go at it the first moments of the game. But if we go down, hopefully the heads don't go down and we don't lose it. But as far as I'm concerned, my mindset going into Ibrox is anything we'll do, it's not a defeat, just for us really. And I mean, I feel like it's more a bigger game for United as well as it is for Rangers because I'm not being funny, but I don't think Rangers are going to win the league this year. I don't think they're too far away. So it's more important for us really because obviously we're in a relegation dogfight. We want to just get as many points as we can on the board, but yeah, I feel like it's a bigger game for us than it is for Rangers. But then again, Celtic could slip up, but I don't see it happening.
No, I think to be honest, if you Kashmir, most Rangers fans don't see it happening either. To be honest, if you think towards the end of the season. Question for you in the live chat here: thoughts on Ilmari Niskanen?
Niskanen, oh god, he's not good. That's it. He's rubbish. I've got a mate who's very delusional and he thinks he's the best player in Scottish football, and he's not.
There we go.
We've all got very good. He's a bench warmer.
We've all got those mates, haven't we, that are a bit delusional about things.
Yeah, definitely. And one of them's in the chat right now, and he knows who he is.
Okay, Victoria.
We can see that over at the side there. He keeps getting little digs in at you. So obviously, you know a lot about your season. I don't know how many Rangers games you've watched, but what have you made of Rangers this season? Of course, you were just saying, well, we were both thinking, Owen and I ourselves, that it's going to be very difficult to win the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's always next season as well. But what do you make of us for this season?
I mean, I'm not being funny, but you failed in Europe. Definitely. I don't think you've done really well in Europe. You haven't really got very far. I'd expected you to maybe get at the group stage, get to Europa League, but didn't really happen. The league-wise, you've had a few decent results. I feel like Michael Beale is your man to be in charge. I reckon you'll have a good go at it next year, but with obviously Gio leaving, I'd say that it left a hole, and more or less Beale's been put back with some of the players from Gio, and he's not had his own players, his own tactics. He's signed some good players, but I don't know. Maybe next year you'll have a better go at it than this year, because you've got Beale in charge, and hopefully he signs a few players for you, but not this year. I don't think you've been too great.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there a little bit on some things and some things not, of course. But I'm curious to know, what do you think about Beale? Because you say that you think he's the manager for us. I'm still like a little bit 50-50, like, okay, when I'm watching the Old Firm that's coming up, I'm really, really going to be watching him, judging him, seeing who he's bringing on, what tactics they're going to be using. So what makes you feel when you see him or you listen to him that he is the man for Rangers and possibly to, let's say, maybe even win next season?
Well, I've not really watched too many interviews of Michael Beale, but I've seen the results you've been getting, and I've been seeing you've been getting some 3-2s and whatever. There's been a few. I don't know if there's been a few games where you've not played too great, but then in the second half you've came out and played really well. I mean, there's not many players, there's not many teams, there's not many managers that can encourage that. So I reckon that can come in your favour, especially for Rangers, because I mean, you never know. We could go 1-0 up in the first half this week, and you can come back and win 2-1, but I hope not. But
yeah, no, I'll be
know.
honest, you're 100% right. You never know, because like I was saying before, I feel like Rangers have been starting really slow at the start and maybe giving the other team an opportunity and a bit of hope, thinking, oh, well, we're 1 up, we're 2 up, we're going to be fine. And then it feels like halftime takes place. I don't know what happens in the dressing room, what gets said, but I feel like the players come out like absolute animals, and it's like goal, 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 sorted, done, see you later, next please.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Rangers have got the players. I mean, Cantwell, he's
yeah.
a brilliant player. He's came from English Premier League sides. Tavernier, he's been there for a long time. He's one of the, well, you know what? He is the best fullback in Scottish football just now. But
Yeah.
you've definitely got the players. But then again, there's a few options you can upgrade and the tactics.
Yeah.
But you never know. I reckon you'll give it a good shot next year.
Question,
That's the
obviously,
plan.
that's the plan, definitely. A comment in the live chat from Rangers Union says Rangers have improved since Beale came in. Players weren't fit when Gio was there. So I think at the start of the season, I think that's one thing I definitely agree with him there, that the players do look a lot more keen, a lot more hungry, a lot fitter, a lot able to go for the full 90 minutes. I think Gio had a very set way of working the team. Everything was done with a ball. There was very little fitness work. I mean, the comments were even made in pre-season about the fact that it was one of the easiest pre-seasons they've ever had. So I think obviously that's something that Michael Beale has improved at Rangers is the fitness, definitely. You've touched on a couple of players there, Kashmir. You talked to obviously Cantwell and Tav. Is there any sort of other players that you that worry you, that concern you?
Well, to be honest, I'd say Ryan Kent. He's really good with his feet, but I don't think he's been at it this season as he had been last year. But he's definitely a threat to watch out in Rangers' attack. And Connor Goldson as well. He's a solid centre half. But apart from that, I reckon that's mostly the fearful players that were coming up.
Definitely, yeah. Kashmir's slightly frozen there for a minute. There, disappeared for a minute.
I see that.
Maybe
It might just be the signal.
He's back in. You're back in, Kashmir. You're back again. Yeah, you froze for a minute there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's obviously, like I said, some players there, and obviously very, very obviously good players for Rangers. And I think this coming summer, Victoria, I think is going to be a season of great change for Rangers in terms of the playing staff.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I think there is going to be a lot of changes that happen. There's a couple that I hear rumors about that I really hope it's not happening, as we spoke about, like Morelos, as we spoke about Hadji, stuff like that. But you know what? It's a waiting game. You never know. There's always so much speculation going on, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know Victoria. So I'm going to hand over to Victoria now. Victoria.
Yeah. So obviously, when you look at the league, you see two teams. You see Rangers and you see Celtic. and then you see everybody else below. There's not much competition going on. Do you think come next season there could be an opportunity for some sort of competition to go on, or do you think it's just going to keep going the same way, that there's always two teams and then everybody else just falls below?
Well, there's always been two teams at the top of the league, but the only recent competition I'd say back when Rangers were relegated and they were put to the bottom half, that's when the last bit of competition happened. But mostly I'd say that it's the money wise at Celtic and Rangers as well. I mean, they've got the fans, they've got the history. Well, they've got the history. They've got the money, they've got the quality players, so it just happens, doesn't it? But I'd say there was competition at the other end of the table. I'd say relegation rise, there's only like 3 points separating 12th, 11th, and 10th. It's not like there's a clear 7 points to 20 whatever gap at the bottom of the half. There is going to be a scapegoat this season. Hopefully it's Dundee United, because I'd like to see us in the Premier League. And one thing I can say is that I'd hope there's going to be at least one Dundee team in the Premier League this year, whether it's Dundee or Dundee United. Hopefully United. But
well, fingers crossed for you.
So what would be fair to say is that you guys are looking forward to the split then, when the split finally comes?
Yeah. I mean, we've like I was saying, there's 3 points separating us, Ross County, Kilmarnock. We've still got to play them twice, so 2 wins off of them might be at the other end of the relegation spectrum. So, but to be honest, I don't expect us to finish anywhere higher than 10th, maybe 11th at a push. But I'm really hoping we can kick on from Saturday onwards, because the next 7-8 games are massive, especially in the split for us, because it makes it a lot easier considering we've got teams in our half of the league. So, yeah, hopefully it makes a difference to claiming points.
Absolutely, yeah. So, obviously, move on now. Talk about a little bit your key players. Who are the players on Dundee United's team that Rangers need to watch out for? Who are the players that could cause some damage on Saturday?
Do you know what? That's hard to think of, to tell you the truth. But one player I wouldn't say he's been consistent, but I think he's more a threat going forward than going back, as our wing back Aziz Beach. He played in the World Cup this year for Australia. He scored a few vital goals for United, and he's been really good up the left-hand side. Like I said, he's good going forward, but defensively he's not the best. But I'd say he's a threat to look out for on the left-hand side. If he gets a chance at the edge of the box or inside the box, he just runs in. I reckon he'll score. But apart from that, we've got Fletcher up front. He's good. He's very good in the air. He's got a good shot on him, but I mean, he doesn't really have the pace, does he? He's getting on now, and yeah. But apart from that, we've not really got too much going forwards. Defensively, we're not the greatest either, to be honest. Had a few fumbles at the back recently with one defender in particular, I'd say, but hopefully he doesn't start against Rangers, because it won't be great.
Okay, guys, so let's sort of bring things to a close now, sort of thing. We always like to kind of get predictions and stuff, obviously looking ahead to Saturday's game. So I'm going to start with Kashmir. Kashmir, what's your prediction for Saturday's game?
I'm going to go for 1-1.
1-1, okay.
And Ryan Kent will score for Rangers, and Stephen Fletcher will get United goal.
Okay. Okay, Victoria, what's your prediction?
Well, my prediction is at the opposite end of the table. I see some comments coming up there with predictions, and my prediction is actually 5-1. I agree with what you said earlier, Kashmir, that I think you guys will get the first goal. Rangers will pop maybe 2 in before halftime, and then just come out again and bam, 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 bam. But that, like I said, that's coming from a diehard 100% Rangers supporter.
Yeah.
How about you, Owen? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go for 4-1 Rangers. I think Dundee will score first, because we always start slowly, like we did at Motherwell last week. But I just think that we've kind of gone all the time, like we've let goals in early, but then we've come back and scored. You know, against Hibs away at Easter Road, we did it. Against Motherwell, we did it. So yeah, I think that definitely I'm going to go for 4-1.
No sympathy for United.
No sympathy here. Die-hard Rangers fans here. But yeah, lots of predictions in the live chat. Obviously, more Rangers predictions there, obviously, because obviously there's been a Rangers channel. So, guys, we sort of bring things to a close here on Glasgow Rangers Nation. Guys, if you're watching in the live chat, please hit that like. Just going to hand over to Victoria for Victoria, your last question.
Of course. So basically, where can people find your channels? Like, can they go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Where can they find information on you for the Dundee fans that are watching?
Well, I'm mostly active on YouTube, obviously, because I do match day vlogs practically every game I go to with United. And I'm active on Twitter every so often. I have a scroll through, look at United's, all the transfer rumours, stuff about United, football in general. So I'd say if you're looking for the best Dundee United vlogger, the best vlogger in Scottish football, get yourself on Kashmir Lewis's channel. You'll find me on YouTube. The links, well, my name's just right next to my face on the live stream right now, Kashmir Lewis.
Yeah, so if you're a Dundee United fan, I recommend go and check out Kashmir Lewis on YouTube. I've seen some of his vlogs. Before I invited him, I went across and watched a couple of them, and he does some good stuff on Dundee United, obviously from the game as well. So all good stuff. So yeah, if you're a Dundee United fan, I can highly recommend subscribing to and checking out Kashmir's channel for definite. So guys, thank goodness we have proper football back this weekend. We have league football back. We have the Scottish Premier League back, and obviously it's going to be a massive month of April for Glasgow Rangers with 5 huge games coming up this month. Obviously, we're ending in the League Cup, the Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic at the end of the month. Victoria, what's your final thoughts tonight?
Well, I thought it went absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed. I've never done a vlog or a live stream like this before, so I really enjoyed getting someone else's perspective that usually, not to be rude, but I really wouldn't pay a lot of attention to. But it is really nice to be able to listen to somebody else, get their views, not only on their team, but also on our team, especially with the up-and-coming game coming up. So I just want to thank Kashmir so much for being vulnerable, coming on the show. I know the comments have been a little bit fiery. I can see them like off to my side here for both Dundee fans coming for us, me and Owen, and then of course some Rangers fans coming right at you. So thank you for being such a great sport. Thank you for coming on with us, and hopefully we'll be able to do it again sometime soon. Also, hopefully. If you don't mind, Owen, I'm going to plug one quick thing.
Yeah, go
for you guys that don't know, we have our NARSA podcast coming up tomorrow night, which is really exciting. We're having the president of NARSA on, who is called Gary. He's going to be able to answer all the questions on the up-and-coming Rangers convention. So who are the different players that are coming, what the ticket sales are like, different things that go on at the convention, different excursions that happen. So if you happen to be going to the North American Rangers Supporters Association convention in Toronto this summer, you'll want to tune into that vlog. Like I said, the live chat will be open. So any questions that you have, we will have the president right here, Mr. Gary himself. So we're really excited about that.
Absolutely. And we'll also be talking to Gary as well about all things Rangers, about the season so far, about getting his views on some of the players, obviously, that could be departing in the summer, as well as obviously talking about the NARSA convention as well. Well, guys, thank you so much to everyone in the live chat. I've seen some new names tonight, which has been fantastic to have you on board. Obviously, this channel is a fairly new channel. It's growing daily. I think we're up to over 470, 480 subs now. I can't remember what the exact number is off the top of my head, but hi to everyone. Great to see so many new things. Please come back tomorrow night to check out the pod with Gary from NARSA. And also, please, on Saturday, if you want to come and check out the live stream, I will be doing the game. Not showing the game because I can't actually show the game on the channel because that would get the channel deleted because of copyright breach, but I can talk about the game, comment on the game going forward. And Kashmir, I'm going to say I wish Dundee United all the very best for the rest of the season, just not on Saturday, obviously. But good luck. And echo what Victoria said as well. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been
we'll need all the luck in the world.
But yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a Dundee, what is it they always say, a ding-dong Dundee derby in the Premiership next season.
A ding-dong Dundee derby.
There you go. You can steal that if you want. Okay, guys, thank you very much. And we will catch you, Victoria and I will catch you tomorrow. And like I said, if you're a Dundee United fan, please go and check out Kashmir on his channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.